So, hi Gemini, welcome to your messenger reading. I do want to let you know I got 15 minutes into your reading and my camera started glitching. I tried to do it live, didn't work. And it's funny because your reading actually is going into a space where you are having similar experiences, right? So I want to go ahead and start this reading again, record it from the beginning. The cards are already out. For those of you guys who are new, no, this is not normal. Normally, you see me put the cards out, you see me explain which cards I'm using, and I usually say hello. So I'll do a hello for you guys who are new. Welcome to Deploy Underground Tarot. I'm T. I'm currently having technical errors, but it's okay. We go with the flow here. It's okay. So, for you newbies, don't forget to like and subscribe. And for you deploy heads, you guys know what to do. This is especially for you. These long form readings are always for you, the subscribers who have been with me since the beginning. Now, for you, Gemini, I'm going to go back through, explain each tier that's happening here, your messenger card that came out. And we were just about to get ready to clarify your situation, okay? So we'll do that. So your messenger card that came out this time was around find your center. And basically what it says is your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then this is an ideal moment to stop and ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? So important here because what we have here is really a story of someone attempting to make a choice, to communicate the truth, and to stabilize their life so that they're able to meet the needs of continuing this next chapter in their life without anxiety, with a form of balance and a hope to actually attain something that's new, this new project, this new emotional gift. While I was talking before, I was really going into your foundation area, which if you take a look here in your foundation, you have the King of Pentacles energy, the Seven of Cups energy, and two air energies here that are quite powerful, okay? The Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. There was some communication, direct communication, around how you plan to move forward with this new part of your life. And Gemini was just getting started to tell you that what's really happening is that you are finding the support, the leadership, the tolerance, and the solid practical wisdom that you need in order to make this choice. Now, I often take a look at this Seven of Cups energy to say that the shadow energy might be making that choice. And these two air energies might be trying to alert your shadow that it is not its place to be making that choice. You, the whole part of you will be making this choice fast, quickly, because this Knight of Swords energy is quite fast. It comes in, it makes a decision. Sometimes it's not the right decision, but it's the right decision for that moment. But part of me knows that what you're moving towards, which is asking yourself, what makes me happy? How do I ground myself in a way in which I feel emotionally fulfilled and physically fulfilled? Because we all know you, Gemini, have a spiritual gift, an innovative mind, a creative mind that can't be matched by many others. You have your own way of doing things. And I think in this moment, excuse me, the anxieties are forcing you to stop looking for that ideal moment it really is calling you to activate this Seven of Pentacles energy here. What Seven of Pentacles? Seven of Pentacles is patience, hard work, sometimes delayed success. But the most beautiful thing about the Seven of Pentacles, it's coming. This is giving you enough time to actively engage with that center. It's giving you time to ask that question, when was the last time I checked in with myself? Because something is coming to you. This is why you're being forced to engage in this like reflection. And I wouldn't even say it was deep reflection. It's almost like at the surface. But the reason why it's happening, we have to engage with the Page of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune energy. There is something that is being activated. An idea, a form of good fortune, a turning point in your life. Luck. That is really waiting behind, I want to say, the combination of you being prepared for it. We'll get into what you need to be prepared for, but look. There is a rebalancing of energies that need to happen. Okay? There is a rebalancing of energies that need to happen for you, Gemini. And the beautiful thing is when you combine that Justice card with the Ten of Swords, it just says that is enough. There is a recycling of some of the things I hear about that have been causing you a complete and painful ending, rock bottom. But that Justice card being there, there's respect. Okay? There's a cause and effect to this situation. There's always a win-win situation or solution. And the most beautiful thing about the Justice card, to tell you the truth will come out. Okay? Now, whatever that truth is, we're going to get to that. But whatever that truth is, it is telling you at the point of your reading, Four of Cups, it. What do I mean by Four of Cups, it? The Four of Cups represents apathy, feeling unfulfilled. It could even be a surprise gift. Depends on what you want to, what you feels resonates with you. Okay? When this thing comes through, you will start to see that it was there to surprise you. It is there to move you into your next step. And Gemini, you are far, far too intelligent to stay back where you are. Sitting at the tree, looking at the Three of Cups, and not acknowledging that fourth cup that's coming through. I really believe once we get up here, you turn and you take that cup. Because the way I read this is two separate cards. I read it as the Three of Cups, which the Three of Cups energy is, friendship, celebration, a circle of support. So you're focusing on that. However, there is One of Cups. Okay. One of Cups, the Ace of Cups, for me, that is a new baby, relationship, marriage, proposal sometimes. But new, okay? New. Do you want to acknowledge what's coming through? Or are you going to not allow the Justice to rebalance out that sense of nightmarish anxiety? Right? That grief, that depression, that you just don't want to, I don't think you necessarily are there. Now, these can be energies around you as well, but with the messenger reading, which is a very powerful reading, it's really asking you whatever is coming through to you to identify and find. Hold on, let me turn on this light for you. Oops, there we go. To find your center. Okay? Now we're going to get some clarity on how we can move forward, aid, answer, at least give you a little bit of guidance through this message that's given to you about grounding yourself. I want to reiterate that, once again, your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you. You have something very special, and you know it. Okay? You got something very special, Gemini, and you know it. All right, so let's go ahead. Basically, I'm just going to fill the gaps, but basically first I'll start with finding your center. And then I'll move from your foundation all the way up to the point. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Once again, the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom, but look at this. The Empress card. Oof, for this, I'm telling you, fertility, creation, pregnancy, abundance, good partnering, good parenting as well. She sustains her life through her own investments, through her own strength, through her own hard work. She is about respect as well. Just like the Emperor, she's about leadership as well and strategy as well. She's a mother figure as well. Okay? If this has to do with your mother and how you interact with your mother, it is important that in order for you to understand, your mother can see the world that is outside of you. But there may be some complications around what's going on inside of you. And I think you probably would like to discuss this. Wow, this just took a turning point for family engagement, okay? Now, if it's not about your mother and it's really about standing your ground and being a powerful feminine energy, you are that. You're beyond the gender balance of power. However, I do see you questioning that here with the Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups energy. I see you questioning it. How powerful are you? How solid are you? How much of a practical leader are you? How much do you make those wise investments for your family, for your community? Ooh. But you do. And you do it in a way that nobody even notices because you do it so fast. You call your team in, it gets done. But Let's check into what's going on with the strength of the shadow energy here. Burdens. Heavy, heavy burdens, huh? Heavy, heavy burdens are about to be lifted, I would like to say. Excuse me. Heavy, heavy burdens are about to be lifted. It's almost like your shadow energy is pushing that to the forefront so that you can deal with it, communicate it, get it cleared up so that it's not only clear for you, but what I see that it is able to rebalance out the anxieties that you may have felt or projected onto others. Or others have projected that onto you. Now, when this foundational shift happens, remember the main question that you should be asking yourself is, when was the last time I checked in with myself? Because your shadow energy, it seems like, might be leading the situation. It's not bad either because you need something. Okay, but we want to make sure that it's going to end up good for you, if you know what I'm saying. Good for you. We want to make sure that this whole situation ends up to you taking that One of Cups, which is beautiful. For example, in a relationship, you decide you want to have children, but this is not the time because you have to work, okay? Or you have other obligations. In order to work towards that cup, we have to deal with what's going on about you speaking to your shadow energy. Okay, yeah, so we're just going to keep it at the Page of Swords and looking at your anxieties. Okay. So crossing that Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Seven of Cups energy is that Page of Wands. There's a calling for a new project, for a newness coming to you. Something in which Knight of Swords, that is something in which that's fast. It could be a fast talking person or like a fast lifestyle change. This is all not Knight of Swords energy. And I really feel that it's coming from this place where you have the option to choose. But we want to make sure that your shadow is not in that space. This is probably why you're being guided through the Empress energy to find your center, to make sure you're questioning everything right now. Question it. Ask why. Ask why. Ask why. You know, one thing that I can share that really, really helps me in my life is that I ask everything. I question everything. Everything. Everything with a level of importance. Other things, you know, you can let it pass. But this seems to be a serious, beautiful option that you're coming up to. And so much beauty that it's actually bringing up your shadow side with it. And the shadow is beautiful. I love these energies. I love these energies because they're just as powerful as your physical energies, as your present energies. Yin and yang, right? However, all of this is being controlled by the Queen of Swords energy. You know, the Queen of Swords, she's self-sufficient. She's super honest. So this is your energy. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, right? These people who are about communication. And she can handle the fast talk, okay? Or the fast, quick movement, quick communication of the situation. However, 1 second. I just want to make sure my camera didn't go off. However, it's important for you, Gemini. Excuse me. It's important for you, Gemini, to look at this situation as if you are getting to a new chapter, new relationship, new baby, okay? New experience, rebirthing a new person or perspective about you and your life. Is it important that you make sure you identify when your shadow energy is making that choice, okay? Find your center. Oh, here you go. Yeah, you're going to make it. You're going to make, oh yeah. You are actually going to move out of what may have seemed being a form of theft or betrayal or dishonesty or even running away. You're going to be able to run out of that into some major happiness, okay? Some major material wealth and a joyous outcome. Maybe that's why you're doing the deep reflection. Now, the sun can be egoist too, huh? Everyone looks at the sun and they're like, oh, this is such an amazing card. But also, every card has a negative and positive. The sun is a beautiful card. However, it can also be that you're getting caught up in your ego. Watch that too, huh? Maybe that's why your shadow side is saying there is a need to, you have to communicate, you have no other choice, it's your responsibility. But in this, there's a need to be aware of your ego, a need to be aware of your shadow side, Gemini. And if it's anyone you can tell that to, it's a Gemini. And they'd be like, I understand, I respect that, you know? Every Gemini I know, they are the most creative people I've ever met. They are always working on 3,000 things at once. And they manage always to finish at least 2,999 of them, right? On their own timeline. However, this is actually calling you to ground yourself, okay? Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside of you. Now, okay, you quiet all that down, you make a choice, and we have 4 of Cups coming through, and we have the Chariot coming through. Victory. So you do take that, you do take it. Okay, there's decision to take it. And the 4 of Cups as well is here at the top here, crowning your reading. And there's some victory coming through as well with it. But it happens slowly. The newness happens very... Page of Cups for me is also someone who is studious and can be studious. Looking at and exploring a space in which expansion, waiting for results, and travel plans, this type of thing can be kind of in movement. This idea can be in movement. But if that outside world is becoming hectic, okay? If that outside world is becoming hectic, Gemini, do not add more. Because, you know, once again, the Chariot card, it could play another route too. It could be going fearlessly into something in which you don't have all the information you need to have. Maybe you need to really look at what is going on within yourself. Okay? Your anxieties start to overcome. Are you waiting for the ideal moment? And that might be your shadow energy saying, hey, 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 watch me, because I'm going to be a guide to show you where you have to go. It might be scary, but watch me. You don't have to be your shadow energy, actually. You just have to watch it. You don't have to be in your ego. You just have to watch it. And that is where your success, your Empress energy comes into play. This new fertile creation, this abundance comes into play, is by watching your shadow. And Gemini, you guys are spiritual people as well. People always forget that about Geminis, how powerfully spiritual they are. They go in and out of it, but when they're in it, they're in it. Some of the great gurus, teachers, spiritual enlightened beings, Geminis, because they have that connection to Mercury. And across from them is Scorpio. Right? And they do play a little bit with that Virgo energy and that exacting perspective of things, people, projects. But the abundance, Gemini, man, Gemini is pushing you towards something that is providing something that feels like a romantic proposal, okay? The best relationship you're going to have, but it's up to you to choose. It wants to balance you out. Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside of you. Do you have the feeling of anxiety? Are you having nightmares? Is there grief and depression? Because that Justice card is really saying there is a cause and effect to all of this. There is a win-win solution coming to you, Gemini. There is the truth that comes out. And in between these two energies, hold on, let's see. Yeah, in between these two energies, yeah, I had a feeling. I was like, is this about like some like deeply committed relationship, not only to work, to life, to themselves, to another part of themselves, but also maybe to someone special. And that there was a trigger of celebration between this anxiety and this balancing of what is actually balancing out the dark side of your life. That happiness and abundance. Excuse me. That happiness and abundance are here. Like the Libra, Gemini, you often forget. And you often play into this kind of balancing space. You tell me, Gemini. You play into this balancing space of, okay, well, this is happening, and it's good. But you start to look at, well, what bad could happen? There's a rebalancing of your life that is making you confront your shadow side so that you understand that that is gone. It is forcing you to find your center so that you understand that you are at a solid place to not have to look at the past anymore. Okay? You are in a solid place to not have to look at the past anymore. At least that's what the cards are saying. Because the Four of Wands is not the... For me, excuse me. For me, it's not a small-time card, the Four of Wands. For me, it's just as big as the Tower card, the Death card, these major cards of transformation. This is your marriage card as well. You know, it has a form of transformation in itself, that happiness is existent within this situation. Are you sure? Since this Four of Wands energy, okay? Four of Wands, once again, Four of Wands energy is homecoming, celebration, family, friends, reunion, marriage. Is this energy being properly balanced out? Did you get what you want from this situation? And when was the last time you checked in with yourself rather than making decisions for the external world? It's pushing you, Gemini, to say, okay, wait, 1 second here. Yeah, actually, this is what I want. We're going to do what I want to do because this is my life and I want to take control over what I experience. For your own happiness, for your own completion, for your own celebrations, for your own self-sufficiency, for leaving a legacy, for being a responsible and reliable person, and for nurturing and healing others with a form of self-assurance and courage. You got a message that came through that is so supportive of who you are. And even in your shadow, it is still supportive of that. That you are able to look at your energies that may be considered dark and gain knowledge from that, insight from that. But the energies that's coming through is find your center. Now I'm interested to know, are you going to take this? Oh yeah, you take it. Oh, you take it high. You know, there, like I said, there's something very promised to you. There's a secret you hold. There's some kind of powerful intuition or trust within yourself when you are pushed to do it that moves you into, once again, here's the Wheel of Fortune. It was here as well. That moves you into good fortune. It's a turning point in your life. You may have felt like it was a gamble, but it wasn't. It wasn't a gamble. You may have felt like it was luck. Okay, maybe it's luck or maybe it was planned. I don't know. But regardless, it's coming through. Regardless, it's good fortune. Okay? That cup is filled with good fortune. That cup is filled with good fortune. And somebody very strong. Empress again. She's like, and there's somebody else coming through. There's someone very strong. And I said in my last video, go check in that other love reading by Gemini. There was somebody coming through who is powerful. Some kind of person you've never experienced who's going to take care of the stuff that you normally had to take care of. And maybe that's why this whole love situation, I'm not for all of you guys, but for those of you guys who are still kind of resonating here, that Emperor wants to meet that Empress. But you got to find your energy. You got to find yourself in the situation of being with a powerful person. Or for those of you guys who are not in a relationship and aren't interested in somebody coming in, it's you. You stepping up and stepping in to this respectful leadership, I said, strategic planning a mother, father figure for this ultimate abundance that's coming through. That's what I got for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I apologize for the camera going in and out. I hope I did do a good job bringing back in the reading that I had before. I will start doing lives here. Since most of you guys are in the U.S., it will be later at night for me, so it won't be as bright. But don't forget, you guys, to like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching the channel. Bye-bye.